I swear, every week with that little countdown clock, I swear it's getting shorter. Not shorter, but the numbers just take longer in between. I don't know about you guys. And by the way, Star Hits, if you're watching, try to content claim that. I'll beat you 3 times now. Let's see if we can go for another. But my guest is down below there in the green room. We are going to get to him in just a moment. I feel we have to put this little bit of housekeeping out there. It's going to be a really dark topic tonight. He impressed me when I've been a friend of his for a while, and we're going to talk about this in a moment too. When he opened up and talked about it, I went, holy F-bomb. And he agreed to come on. So we're going to get him on. Hopefully you guys can understand this is a really deep topic, and I'm hoping that it can help with some people out there. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TCT, BNL, that's this dude right here, is proud to bring to you its soon-to-be world-famous No Lag Zone. And tonight, we got a special guest for you. We've got like that little brother, like your parents brought home from the hospital that you never really wanted, but you stuck with him. I've known this guy for years. It's about time to bring him on. Please welcome Charlie Arnold to the big stage.
No, before I begin, I'd like to say I think you're going to give Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson a lot of competition in the charisma department there, Chris. Like, holy shit.
Dude,
you blow my mind sometimes, brother.
Yeah, I had to steal that from DX.
Yeah,
most
you
people
got
have all these great intros with graphics and everything. Dude, I'm stupid. I'm like a monkey fucking a doorknob, okay? So I got to make up for it somehow.
Well, if you're stupid, it takes one to know one, right? So.
No. Don't do this. Come on.
But,
Okay, he's back.
All right, so in all seriousness, I'd just like to introduce myself briefly. I'm an online tutor for a lot of different subjects, primarily the ASVAB, so that way I can help people who struggle to join the military and then turn their lives around. Help them get the job they want and then help them claim the thousands of dollars in bonuses they should be able to get with just a little push. So it ties back into the whole big brother, little brother thing there. So like I might be helping somebody out to mentor them, to get them to a level they might not have thought was possible.
And that's really admirable for you to do that and go down that road, because I know so many people when they join, they're scared about that test.
Yeah.
And it's not really, I don't know how to put it other than this. It is a huge thing, but it's also not.
Yeah.
It will define your career, but, if you study a little bit, you're ready to go,
Yeah, it'll help you get your foot in the door, but I feel like the thing that would really define somebody's career is, the level of work and effort they're willing to put into it, because you can have the highest test scores and get into law school, for example, but if you're just going to mess around and party all the time, you ain't going to go anywhere, son. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Well, that was half of my military days, drinking when you were off duty, But still.
Well, on a side note, I remember when I was going through an airport and I talked to a former soldier. He said he got arrested once in Germany and Japan. I don't remember which country this was in, but what he told me was there was a small tattooed guy, and he told me, that's pretty much half the people in the military.
Yeah.
And it turns out that his buddy was also a small tattooed guy. So what happened was some small tattooed guy in the military was drinking too much and put somebody in like a chokehold and like choked them out. Cops were called. They had an APB, an all points bulletin, out for a short tattooed guy, and they found one.
They don't play. They don't play with that at all.
The police took the wrong guy and put him in a car, but this ties into the battle buddy system. The bigger guy, he wouldn't leave his buddy alone, especially not in jail. So he kept trying to open the police car door, and the officer kept slamming it shut. And eventually he spun around and just stuck a drunken haymaker at the officer, who just went and pushed him into the car, and they both went to jail.
That is no bueno whatsoever.
The MPs walked in later and they got him out, and by the time they got to the sergeant's office, the guy who was actually guilty and not charged was in there like crying up a storm, saying it was all his fault. So, so they pretty much got out of trouble for that one.
See, and what I like about you is you don't seem to just settle because you're a world traveler.
Yeah.
You know, you've been to some really interesting areas that a lot of people probably wouldn't go, and you went there for fun.
Yeah, so I'm as of right now I'm in Chicago. I'm traveling back from 2 months in Mexico. So I might have an interview with the tattoo shop owner that went and hold on here, just give me a second
Oh,
to
you're good.
readjust here. So I got a new tattoo when I was in Mexico, this one.
Nice.
Based on Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, Day of the Dead.
A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of different colors and details there, a lot of blood and pain and stuff. But
Going for the full sugar skull look, or
yeah, just a Day of the Dead thing because I thought, instead of getting a separate tattoo for every single relative I have that's died or whatever, like instead of getting like a halo for my grandmother, like a Blaze and Red Rider style writing because he gave me a Red Rider when I was younger or something like that. Just go and get something like this.
yeah,
Looks a lot nicer too.
dude, I really hope you bought your beer on the open market because hotel beers, oh, that's spendy.
Oh no, I actually did buy this in a hotel bar, and believe it or not, it's a local brewery from Chicago called Short Views.
Nice.
And the craziest thing about this one here is that it's actually made with gummy bears.
Oh dear Lord.
When I first
Here,
heard
fellow.
that, I'm like, gummy bears? I gotta try this. So I had a sample of it. I'm like, it's not even that bad. It's better than I expected. Gummy bears. Who knew that would be an ingredient for a quality beer,
Well, I've got a mead that's made from Fruity Pebbles pancake syrup that's getting ready to bottle.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah,
You said
it's
mead?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, when you drink that, you'll have to go and like get some like Viking face paint, war paint going down the side of your face to
who
have the
says I don't have it?
yeah,
You know, who says I don't have it? And I'm
yeah.
ready.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
ready.
hell of a stein right there. I believe that's what you'd call that, right? A stein?
Yeah, but it's all wood, so.
Yeah, even better.
And I've got oxhorn, I think. Well, animal horn drinking glasses and drinking mugs. So
Well, do you
I'm
have
ready.
the actual drinking horn?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me see. Oh, good.
I've been thinking about getting one of those myself, but do I really need it?
Nah, it's just nice to have. Definitely interesting.
Yeah. That's a hell of a conversation piece.
Oh, you should see the other crap I have laying around, but still.
Well, I know you have plenty of stuff lying around. You have like a new knife video coming out every day.
Well, that's because they're kind of. If you want to do a review, they're kind of easy.
Yeah.
Here's your specs. Here's a little cut test. There you go.
Yeah, and plus you've probably seen so many knives that you know all these different terms and you really know all your way around them and stuff,
Well, dude, you know just as much as I do. You've been at Blade Show working with BattleBox, and yeah, we're going to talk about that in a moment. Then we're going to get to the ripping of the Band-Aid, guys.
Yeah.
We're building them up, making them comfortable here, okay?
So I'd like to go back to the world traveler thing for a moment. So when I was in Albania, I was in this real dark, somewhat disturbing place called Bunkar 2. And what that was basically Albania's communist history wrapped up into a museum. So there's this real bad man. I'd compare him to a certain man of German descent. His name was Enver Hoxha.
Okay.
This man was bad. Like we're talking, I saw in there was one panel on the wall that had like 20 different methods that they used to torture people. And reading through that list, I'm like, oh my God. And that's actually going to be something I talk about in more detail in a future YouTube video, but it's going to be dark and I'm probably going to have to age restrict it because some of that stuff is brutal.
Well, I remember you sharing a lot of those photos and talking about it, and yeah.
Well, you remember that one statue that had that had the TV head, and there was like a gun and a pickaxe, and
Yeah.
it was in the same room, and like on the other side, I saw this thing, this quote. It was like, if you stare into the abyss long enough, sooner or later, the abyss is going to stare back at you. Which means
Yep.
if you get drunk with power, soon it's going to consume you.
Oh yeah. Just
And
like the other things, like when you set out on revenge, dig 2 graves.
yeah. And
So-
then there was one woman that, well, she was later found to be innocent, but they tortured her so badly, they messed with her head so much that they couldn't help her even after they realized that they were wrong to do so. Like, she was so far gone, she was so psychologically deconstructed that she ended up jumping
Unfortunately,
off.
that does happen.
She ended up jumping off of a high building out the window, and she ended up dead because of it, because she was so screwed up. Because they put her through that much hell,
All right, now let's pick on you here a little bit, okay? What was it like working with BattleBox?
What was it like?
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely something I enjoyed doing, but I think maybe part of my problem was that I treated it like an actual job, and I didn't really half-ass it.
Well, but it also got you some interesting perks and interesting friends. Because how many people can say at Blade Show they were getting drunk with Curran?
Yeah.
Because I remember that Blade Show when he's doing a live walking around. I'm like, did you guys get Charlie fucked up? And he kind of smiled and went,
Yeah. There were definitely some good times as well as some less than good times, but that's the story of life. You have your highs and you have your lows. There are some things that are good and some things that are bad.
Yeah, but you got, like the Wizard of Oz, bro, you got behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Okay. You got back there. So,
yeah.
And you held on for years when they were getting dogged left and right about certain things.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I helped them out for, I think I first heard of BattleBox in 2015 when they were just getting started. And I think it was probably like a 6-year stretch that I was helping them out. So I was probably only like
mission 5.
Probably only like 19 or 20 when I first heard of them. So like I saw Curran's videos. I'm like, damn, this is really cool. I'd like to get this once a month.
Yeah, he hooks you in quick, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he really, truly does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, what was it, when he had his daughter shaving his head? And I kept offering, like, Charlie's going to put up $500 to shave your eyebrows. And he's like, don't do it. Looking at his little girl.
I think I went and said, like, hey, Curran, you should go and shave all the hair off your face and make a new hairstyle called the Curran. He's like, no.
Yeah, I kept offering cash to his little girl and blaming you. Charlie says you don't have the stones.
No, it's just funny that my comment caused Curran's voice to go all the way through the roof like that.
And guys, if you don't know who Curran 1776 is, go look up his YouTube channel. Great stuff. He's basically your ginger hillbilly Sasquatch type. Great guy, huge heart, a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, Curran's got a lot of knowledge, but he's also delivered some quite interesting entertainment in his YouTube videos over the years.
Okay, the Tarzan slide, yeah.
You remember that? You remember that little Mission 2 skit where he had that shamrock? He's like,
yes.
There are several different ways to wear this. You got the bandit mask, British SAS, the ninja, and last but not least, the redneck.
Yeah, but I like after he's done, he's like, Lord, I apologize for that. Oh, I apologize.
I don't even think I need to bring up the Mission 26 stop kit video.
Yeah, him in the bathtub shaving. No.
Oh God.
No.
Oh my
God. Okay.
And, I got one more. You remember? Remember that time when Daniel walked into this little like building that was in the middle of the forest. You opened the door and there was current 17.6 on the toilet. It's like, hey man, can I get some privacy?
They had some good moments. I will say that they had some incredible moments. But now, all right, brother, we got to rip that Band-Aid off because we've been talking about this for a little while. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, we're about to hit the adult part of the show. All right. Charlie's been drinking a little bit. We got him comfortable. He's got something he wants to talk about. So what I'm going to do is open the floor for you, brother.
Okay. So first of all, I'd like to say, like, what happened to me might not have been the most extreme thing that's ever happened to anyone, but main reason why I want to talk about this is to make sure that this or something worse doesn't happen to you in the future. So what it was, I can't remember exactly how old I was, probably 18 or 19. I was walking around in a Dollar General, and this man I didn't know, he walked up to me. He's like, hey, are you that guy around here that does odd jobs? I'm like, possibly. Like, what do you have for me? So, like, stupidly, being a naive, pretty much 18-year-old kid, I go and get into a car with this guy and go to his house. And after a while, I realized, like, all right, well, what do you have for me to do here? And I end up doing something, like, incredibly stupid. Like, he goes and takes down the cover for a light fixture. He's like, yeah, you can go and clean the flies out of there. I'm like, okay, man, WTF, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why you can't do this yourself, but okay, if you're going to pay me for it, that's fine. After a while, like, he hands me a beer and we're just going around, sitting around, drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, shooting the shit, and stuff like that. And I guess over time, I slowly start to realize what his true intentions were. Like, he wasn't looking for somebody to help him around the house. He was probably looking for someone to exploit or something like that because,
if you need a moment, bro, you can take a moment, okay? There is no pressure. I'm proud of you for doing this.
I just feel kind of stupid that
don't. And it's like we talked about earlier today. I love how you're making it your mission to try to help educate and help try to stop this. So we can all say we've done stupid things, but did you learn from it?
I can definitely tell you the man I am today is a lot different from the kid I was then. I'm more street smart. I know these things better. I know who I should and shouldn't trust.
Yeah.
At least better than I did before.
And these guys on their podcast, which, I was part of one of their shows, they are all about talking about mental health and stopping soldier suicide. So I agree with them 100%. This takes courage with what you're doing, which is why I told you I'm proud of you for coming on here because you've got a safe area.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think of the best way to move on from it here. Like, eventually he starts talking about this, like, female friend he has or whatever. He's like, I'd like to see this friend of mine suck your dick.
Wow.
He's like, I'd like to watch this female friend of mine suck your dick right in front of me. And I guess being naive, I'm like, maybe that sounds like fun. I don't know.
18, alcohol, and was it your cigarettes or did he give you the cigarettes?
Yes.
So there's a bad combo right there, but still, you cannot blame yourself here.
It's just one thing, that I don't know, I'm just not proud of myself for falling for it. Like, I feel like I really should have known better. But
hindsight's always 2020. It seriously is. You can shoulda, woulda, coulda yourself to death.
Yeah, so he convinces me, and again, this is one of the things that makes me think, like, how was I this freaking stupid? Like I end up just, he's like, all right, take your shirt off. I'll give you a massage. I'm like, okay. I was kind of feeling like I was being like somewhat held hostage or like somewhat open-minded, stupid, a combination of those things. Like, okay. And eventually, like, it's just like a normal massage at first, like your back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Eventually, like his hand starts slipping down. Slipping down, it just about goes into my pants. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, no, that's enough of that. Like, there's not gonna be any of this. Your female friend coming here sucking my dick. There's not gonna be any of you sticking your hand down my pants again. There's not gonna be me taking all my clothes off. I don't know what kind of sick predator you are, but holy fuck, you know.
Yeah.
Pardon my French, but it just
You're
kind
fine.
of slipped out
You're
there,
fine. You're fine.
Eventually, I end up getting a ride back. I get dropped back off in town by this guy, and I never see him again. But main reason why I want to mention this is to tell you that not every stranger out there is going to be your friend. There might be some strangers that have good intentions for you. Like, say, like I walk by and help somebody in Mexico. Yeah, I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart. But there's also some people that are nefarious. And you got to think, like, what separates someone like me from someone else? Like, we all have our problems. Like, no one can say they're not secretly a monster inside, but there's different types of monsters.
Agreed.
You got
Yeah.
like sexual predators, and then you got people that are just, somewhat dumb like me.
See, if I can give you anything from this show, you need to stop referring to yourself like that.
Oh,
Okay?
I know. It's just,
It's instinctive because we will put ourselves down quicker than anybody else will. And we have such a hard time believing the good stuff in us.
well, I believe there's good stuff in me. It's just I'm not afraid
Oh,
to make a joke at my own expense either.
yeah, I know there's good stuff in you, or I wouldn't have been talking to you for this long. We've known each other years, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
years.
guess I guess what it boils down to me is that it doesn't hurt me to make a joke about myself. That's the thing. I'm somewhat of a comedian. I like
Okay,
making
well,
people laugh.
as long as you're
It's
not berating yourself, I'm okay with it. I don't need you. I'm so dumb. I'm so idiot. I'm so this. It's like my son used to do that all the time, going, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm like, while I would like to disagree, let's look at this from a different side,
Yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. Trust me, but I guess
Well,
maybe it's a subconscious way. I don't know. Maybe to try to stop myself from getting too big of a head. Like trying to stop myself from believing I'm a god. And I'm not.
okay, I can verify that for you right now. Okay. I've known you long enough.
Well,
You're not a god, Charlie.
well, I know I'm not a god because I don't have the beard of a god like you do.
Nah. I've got too much gray. So,
Well, that's a legendary beard right there. You put in so many different beard products over time that it probably gets longer every time you make another video.
dude, when you find what works, you stick with it. I can recommend
Right.
some incredible companies to you.
Yeah, so what was your if you had to pick one beard product that you had to use and only that one for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh, see, that is just a bad question. It really is.
Okay, well, what's
No,
one
no,
of
no,
your
no.
favorites?
I've got 3 companies that I will always rock with and support. I've got a 4th that's catching up really, really quick. I've tried a bunch that just suck. And sorry, Kern, if you're watching this, yours did.
All right, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, and I'm actually gonna disagree with you on that one. Like, I thought the brood beard was fine, but
No,
you're
it's cool.
entitled to your opinion.
It was honestly the first beard oil I
Yeah.
ever used. The very first one I ever used.
The thing about the brood beard, though, like, it's got that root beer kind of a scent to it. That might not be what every man wants.
No, it just
I,
the other thing is when you're using beard products, It's the mixture. Okay.
Yeah.
Every company out there basically has the same carrier oils. They all do. There are some that go a little bit further. Like there's a great one out there, Alley Cat, which is using a lot of exotic oils. But it's how they mix them.
Yeah.
In some people's beards, argan oil might be more beneficial to you. In my beard, high counts of argan oil make my beard feel like straw.
Yeah.
So there's some that work great in mine and others that just don't.
Yeah.
It's like when you get around Tops knives, there's some I know you like that I look at and go, why? And there's others that I've gotten from Tops. I'm like, okay, I like it, but damn, I can't believe I paid that much.
Yeah, well, the thing about Tops knives is, you're gonna pay more most of the time, but come on. You're getting an American-made knife. You're not buying Chinese bullshit. You're getting what you paid for. It's going to be a sturdy product with a lifetime guarantee. I don't think it gets much better than Tops, especially if you're a hard-blooded American patriot like me or you are. You want to support American businesses, and what knife company is more prominent in the U.S. than Tops?
Tops is a case of buy once, cry once. For anybody who's even watched any of my reviews, buy once, cry once. They make some incredible blades, but yeah, it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you.
I think for example, the Kuma Cage, the short sword, I can't remember what that guy's name who made it, but it's inspired to be like somewhat of a Japanese style fighting implement.
Yeah.
But I think that one brand new, it's going to cost you like $400.
Yeah, but
you
look
buy
at
it directly.
Skull Crusher's Extreme Blade,
Yeah, that's $340, I believe. The same as the Tom Brown Tracker.
Drink up, brother. Welcome to the show. I don't think I've seen you in here before.
But if you're gonna buy only one knife from Tops, I would definitely have to say that it would be Battle Box's Mission 34 Knife in a Month, the Brothers of Bushcraft.
Yeah.
That one. Because it's pretty much like a Mora knife, but it's a lot sturdier. It's one solid piece, and it's made in America instead of Sweden. It's like the Mora knives. It's like a Mora knife on steroids. It's like the Mora knife's older brother. It's pretty much the same blade style, but the Tops BOB, it's just a lot sturdier and thicker.
We see Tops just creates very interesting blade shapes, like the Punisher with the pry bar on the front. Okay. It's got the pry bar, it's got the saw, it's got a bunch of different features in a blade, which you won't see out there in other companies. But they have some, like the Rockies, which when I got that blade, oh my God, I loved it.
Is that the one that's about this long, kind of like a more thin blade?
In a way, it's about, I
might have been thinking of the Lion's Toothpick or whatever it was called, or the Lioness.
See, there was one, like their straight scalpel that I wanted forever and a day. Yeah. But every time I ordered it, I got a different blade off of like Amazon. And every time I went to Tops, they were sold out.
Wait, so every time you ordered a certain thing on Amazon, you got something else?
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't you have filed a complaint?
Oh, multiple times. The funny part is every time I returned it, I got the same thing back, which looked like you put 50 cents in a gumball machine and got an itty bitty little Swiss Army knife.
Oh, so you didn't even get a Tops knife out of it?
Nope. But I've had that happen with them before. Like if I order an All-Star Game program, I got a kid's Star Wars book. Or the best one.
Be disappointing.
Oh, no. The best one was when I got a Guinness chocolate cake. From Ireland. Guinness chocolate cake. I'm like, hell yeah. And it arrived, and it was mugwort tea.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've got to be fucking with me right now. That boy wants his chocolate cake.
Well, if you want Guinness so bad, I got an idea for a future no-lag zone.
Lady hell.
Let's go to Dublin, Ireland, to the Guinness storehouse, and then we'll just go and have a 60 or 90-minute video talking about different types of Guinness that you can only get.
You don't think that's not a bucket list trip for me to go?
Yeah.
I
thought about.
Go ahead.
The thing about going to Dublin, like I could fly there for $280 probably within a month. The only problem is if I wanted to find an Airbnb, that's where it would get me. So it would cost me like 2 or 3 grand for a month just to stay there. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Show up at a bar and try to pick up a freaking good little Irish woman.
Yeah.
You have to up your game a little, but still.
Yeah.
Bobby, what's going on, brother? All right, man. Now I know you've got a YouTube channel out there. Here's your free plug. Go ahead, plug your channel. Talk about what you're doing. Talk about what you're bringing to it on the future. Talk yourself up a little, bro.
Okay, so my YouTube channel, I'm not really going to focus on a specific niche. So like I might have videos like I've done in the past where I talked about the time I almost blacked out during Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I might talk about why I'm lucky to still have all 10 digits, why I'm lucky I didn't almost completely cut a finger off. I'm sure you can relate to that one, Chris.
Oh yeah.
But I might also talk about some video game stuff, like if you ever heard of The Last of Us.
I've heard of it, never played it. Heard of it, never played it.
At the end of the game, Joel does something pretty controversial, so he goes and takes Ellie out of the hospital. And that could potentially have doomed all of humanity because they wouldn't be able to make a vaccine for the cordyceps infection.
I think we just found our new best friend. Right there.
Yeah.
I think we just found our new best friend.
Well, 2's a party, 3's a crowd, so you just need one more person, and then it'll be I don't know where I was going with that, but
I'm Irish. You put me in a bar, we'll have a party table, okay?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But it's controversial because what Joel did while he saved Ellie, someone he thought of as his daughter, he might have also doomed humanity too. And I know The Last of Us is just a video game, but
Sophie's choice, man, right?
I've seen a YouTube video before where some man literally said that he met his wife and got married because playing The Last of Us changed his life so much. It changed the way he viewed the world, and that's pretty much what led to him getting married.
But, okay, it's funny how video games can have that effect.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up because, like, playing Assassin's Creed, it makes my kids dig into history because they want to learn more. It's really one of the big reasons I started making mead at home.
Yeah.
Because traditional Viking drink, the world's oldest fermented beverage.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, can't be that hard. Found a YouTube video and just started running with it, But
yeah,
it's weird how those games can connect you to other people in weird ways. Yeah.
So I have a question about the Assassin's Creed series for you. First, how many of them have you played? Because that's going to be relevant to your answer.
Okay.
Like, have you just played the last 3, or have you played the OG games?
I've done, Syndicate in London. I've got them all, but I haven't played them all. I've done Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla.
Yeah.
I know I'm missing one in there somewhere. 3.
Yeah, that's the one with
the Revolutionary War and Connor.
That's the one where you have you play as Nathan Kenway first, and then you play as Connor in the later half.
And then Black Flag.
Yeah, that's Edward Kenway.
Black Flag and Rogue.
Yeah, I hear that. It's just a pretty controversial series as a whole. Like, I guess I'll start out with how some of those games like Syndicate and Rogue, I think those 2 in particular, they were pushed out in the same year and they really pissed people off because they expected better. They were playing as Ezio and now they're playing as like somebody who pretty much doesn't have any charisma or any likability.
Rogue to me was it seemed really, really short.
Yeah. Wasn't that the one with Jacob and Evie Fry?
No, that was Syndicate.
Oh, okay. Was Rogue one of the Ezio games?
One. God, what was his name? Shay McCormack, the guy who turned on the assassins.
Yeah.
And Mark, my brother, I'm doing phenomenal. How you doing, man?
But no, the reason why I asked you where you started with Assassin's Creed is because when you go from Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, there are many people that feel like those are three games that have somewhat betrayed the central premise of Assassin's Creed. They think they've turned
I've
into
heard that.
more of
Yeah.
a fantasy. And if you look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla in particular, you got Asgard, you got Jotunheim, and now you got Svartalheim.
Yep.
So makes you think. Well, let me ask this question, right?
Bring it.
Is it better to think of Assassin's Creed Valhalla as an Assassin's Creed game? Or is it better to think of it as a standalone Viking game?
See, for me, I just looked at it as a standalone Viking game
Yeah.
because Valhalla to me seems like a setup for whatever is next.
Yeah, and
Because Bassam, the big bad guy in Valhalla, really wasn't in the game that much. He had one or two cutscenes, and then he's the big bad guy at the very end of the damn game.
That's the thing that's somewhat contentious for me, and I'll explain why. So if you played the Asgard and Jotunheim arcs,
yeah, I played them all.
You would
I've played
see that,
Francia and Ireland too. I've done it all.
That Javi was actually being quite a dick to Loki. And then Loki is Basim. Odin is Eivor. So
Tyr is
Sigurd.
the brother who lost the damn arm.
Sigurd.
Thank you, Sigurd.
Yeah.
All the gods transfer over.
Yeah, so they did the thing with their mind or whatever, like they did the
big wipe. Yeah.
And that in itself could be construed in one of two ways. So like the way that it was shown in the game, like the way Eivor saw it.
Yeah.
You realize that was actually looking a little different from the futuristic view that you could also see in the game after you completed all the animus anomalies, right?
Yeah.
Because it looked like it was in the future.
See, the other funny part is, did you know, and when you went to Asgard, because if you let the game choose the character, like the gender of your character, when you go to Asgard and you're Javi and you walk by this pool of water, you see Eivor in the pool. So I found that weird that they were like, we'll change the gender whenever it's important to change it, or you can just play whoever you want.
Okay, so do you mean that when you looked at the water, you were playing as the male Eivor, you saw the female Eivor?
Yeah, because I let the game choose the gender of Eivor. And I was female Eivor throughout the whole game until I went to Asgard.
Yeah.
And then I was a male.
Yeah.
So I was a male in Jotunheim, Svartalheim, and Asgard. But when you go to Asgard for the first time and you're walking by one of the big pools of water and you look in the pool, you see female Eivor, not Javi. You see female Eivor.
That's neat. I actually didn't notice that because when I was playing the game, the thing I cared about the most was like kicking ass, like just like parrying and using different weapons, like the short swords or the hammers or the daggers or the spears.
Yeah, love you, bye. Well, see, and that's the other thing I thought in some of these games. I liked how they tried to carry that first civilization over.
The Isu,
the Isu, because in like Syndicate, you had the Isu outfit for Eevee. In Odyssey, you had Isu crap. In Origins, you had Final Fantasy VII, and you had Isu crap. So you had these weird things that were out there, and just like all the big mysteries, like how do you get the bow?
Yeah.
There was
Nodin's Arc.
Yeah, there was the cheat method.
Yeah.
Where you just showed up, beat the crap out of it, tried to save, came back, and you got it. Or there was the real method. You had to have Excalibur, wait till the sun's going down, and then you beat the crap out of the rock, and you get Nodin's Arc.
Yeah, that was pretty annoying for me because, like I said before, when I play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I want to kick ass. I don't want to be sitting on an island in the middle of a lake waiting for the sun to go down just enough that I could smash a rock with a sword and get another weapon.
Hey, how do you think I felt fishing?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
drove me insane
that
trying to
stuff
find
was so
fish.
annoying. You know what? I'll tell you what I ended up doing. I ended up just forgetting about the fishing line altogether, and I was just going around in a boat, and I was just drawing the bow back
Oh,
and
I've,
just
I've
going.
done that. And trust me, I was one of the guys incredibly pissed off when most of the fish you had to get, they didn't put in the game.
Well, you want to know what pissed me off?
How about
When,
that
I,
one?
when
They
the
want to know what you're chewing on.
Frankia DLC. Oh, I'm chewing a Copenhagen long cut wintergreen.
You mean the rats in Frankia? Oh, I hated those little bastards.
No, well, the thing I hated the most about Frankia, yes, the rats were annoying, but when I first started it, there was some kind of a glitch, and I couldn't save my game.
Ooh.
It wouldn't auto save. So I manually saved it and I corrupted all my fucking data. Right?
Oh, so you got to start over from.
Yeah, and it gets
Oh,
better, trust me. It gets a lot better. Like I started the whole game over. I had like 250 hours the previous playthrough. I put another 300 hours in. I get damn near everything in the game. I complete everything. I get the swordfish. Then I just freaking blow it because I delete the game because I was going to start playing The Last of Us or something, or I wanted to
yeah.
play some other games for a while. Well, I go and put Assassin's Creed Valhalla back in, and I wait until it says ready to start, and it's not fully downloaded. So I start the game, and then when I first go to it, get back into it, it's like my save data is corrupted again. So I probably spent like over 500 hours in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and when I get back to Michigan tomorrow, I'm gonna have to start all over again.
Mate, where I'm at, it's 1842.
The one thing I hated the most about that entire game, it's not really bad, but that fight with Fenrir when you were in the second part of Asgard, that
Oh,
thing
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
a bitch. Because
There was
you could barely even put any damage on that beast. Like you just had to keep running around shooting arrows.
That's on my to-do list currently. Right now, I'm watching Farscape, the 15th anniversary edition on Blu-ray. I finally got that series back in. The only thing that truly pissed me off in Valhalla, and then we're going to switch to something because I normally do this at the end, and we're about 45 minutes into it, was that one mystery by the big fish pond where the ladies walk around and just la 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 la.
Is
And
that
she
the is
had,
that the witch's house?
yeah, that was the murder house where the
That
door
was fucked. Oh yeah, you're
where the door
probably gonna
opened.
say that it was so hard for you to figure out how to get the hell out of that house, and you were just
No,
getting
the problem
poisoned.
was getting that damn door open. No matter what I did, I couldn't get it open until I reloaded a previous save and went back, and then it opened no problem.
Yeah,
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
I guess the last thing I'm gonna say about Assassin's Creed ties into the weird weapons pack in Assassin's Creed Origins. You had strange things. Like you'd get a unicorn and the LOL cat and stuff like that. But you could go around in Assassin's Creed Origins and you could go and beat the hell out of people with the cotton swab. Like you had a cotton swab for like a sector or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
good Lord, that would be ridiculous. Just imagine like going around hitting everyone and killing people with a cotton swab of all things.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I get where they want those microtransactions. They want that money. Like I remember in Odyssey when it was a big, huge deal when you got the unicorn Pegasus that was black and had the rainbow wings that had the stuff coming out of the back end. Everyone's like, gotta have it, gotta have it, gotta have it. When I'm like, why? I'd like that demon horse you get when you got to the top of the assassin board. I'm like, that's what I want more.
And actually, I heard of. I'm not sure if you've seen Your Raptors YouTube channel,
Oh yeah, I love his channel.
but
You talking to
one of
Uni
the
Bear?
in the Ubisoft Connect, I heard there was going to be a real rather interesting reward recently. It's called
Yeah,
the
the
Uni
Uni
Bear.
Bear. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got it today.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have
you
to
did?
kill. You have to kill one person.
How much time is left on that?
I think you can. It's still there, so you're probably good till Tuesday
Okay. I'm trying
because
to
they
think
run
what
those in
was.
like 1 week cycles, I believe.
Yeah, you were talking about microtransactions, and the thing that came to my mind is when you think about it, I believe that there are more like Helix outfits, like weapons and stuff. There's like more like Helix outfits than you could actually get inside the game.
Oh yeah. Like I'm wondering in Valhalla, why are you bringing me an armory now in one of the next updates? I'm like, just why? You know? But all right. So we're at that point where I'd like to talk a little bit more about mental health. All right. And I want your perspective on this. Now, I know you've been traveling and you haven't been producing content and doing weird stuff like I have. So you don't deal with a lot of the crap that I do on a daily. I firmly believe 2021 was the year of the troll because we were bored, we were locked down, we couldn't go anywhere, we couldn't do anything. We turned to social media a lot more and we forgot how to interact with each other.
Yeah.
Like here I am having a conversation with you that's gone quick, which means it's a good conversation. We've talked about some heavy stuff and we've talked about some light stuff. But I also believe that in 2022, like I put out today, I'm calling every Tuesday a Take Back Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a challenge I'm throwing out there to people. You go and you find someone and tell them something good about themselves. Simply because you never know what kind of day they're having. And you never know how you can just walk up to someone and be like, dude, freaking awesome car. Love the motorcycle. That's a fucking killer goatee. You know? How just that can change somebody's day. Bringing light into the dark. That's where I want your take on that.
So, I guess the first thing I'm going to say is going to kind of address any trolls out there. So, what I think about somebody who's trolling or if somebody's being mean or being an asshole to somebody, it makes me wonder, like, what the hell is going wrong in their life that they feel like they have to take it out on someone else? Like, I wonder, like, how many of someone's personal problems they try to project on someone else instead of trying to fix it themselves. Because, like, every time, like, somebody's being mean to somebody or whatever, like, I'm thinking, like, how bad must your life be that you have to take it out on someone else? Like, why would you? It's kind of like the saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. Like, the things you write can have more of an impact on people than the things you do sometimes. So, like, I'm thinking, like, instead of being an asshole to somebody, why don't you ask somebody how their day is? Or why don't you encourage somebody to do something nice for themselves? Like, whether somebody wants to go for a walk or take a hot bath or have a glass of wine and read a book, why don't you encourage somebody to go and do something nice for themselves instead of trying to tear them down?
Very
You
well
know,
said.
I'm not sure if I make a lot of sense there, but I'm just saying it's better
You
to
are.
build people up than tear them down.
And
And I
see, and
think,
that's perfect. You just said what I've been preaching for a while. It is so easy. I can look at you right now, Charlie, and go, dude, that beard, it sucks. Shave it. Because I'm having an angry day and I know it's a quick shot at you. But what
yeah,
you should sit and do is go, hey, Charlie, bro, I want you to look at Johnny Slicks. I want you to look at Alley Cat. I want you to look at Ready Man Grooming. To me, those are three top tier companies that will
yeah,
definitely help promote growth in your beard.
yeah, I'll definitely take a look for more products. I actually bought one in Mexico. I think it'll be quite decent. I might try it out more, but
Nice.
I think so. Back to the Battle Box forum. Back when it was still running, I made a trade with somebody. I can't remember what I traded her, but in exchange, I got like some kind of homemade cedar citronella beard tonic.
Okay.
So like it smelled like the forest, and at the same time, it might help to keep mosquitoes away.
Dual
But
purpose. I love it.
one of my favorite beard oils of all time, it was called Cabin Smoke,
Okay.
and it was sold by a place in Marquette, Michigan called the Man Cave. So what that one was, it was a combination scent of mahogany and tobacco, and because it was in such a nice salon, you'd know that it would be higher quality than something you could get at like Walmart or whatever.
Okay. Walmart's a big box store. they have a really good brand in Walmart called Honest Amish. But the one thing that I've seen with some salons, they'll jack their prices
Yeah.
for an inferior quality oil. That's just experience.
No,
But
I'm just
still,
saying, like, I really enjoyed that oil, and it had such a nice scent to it. Like, I like the scent so much. And I actually lost a bottle when I was on a university quiz bowl trip. I was I was a little bit brokenhearted about that because the bottle cost me $18 and was left in some kind of a hotel, so I had to go and buy another one.
yeah, they can get spendy. They really truly can get
But
spendy.
just like with Topps knives, though, at the same time, I'd like to think that you get what you pay for. So if you spend like $2 for like a beard oil that's like this big, what do you think you're gonna get? You
I
know?
agree. I mean, there are some out there. Can two, I think it is. It was like $5 for 4 ounces. I reviewed it. I was actually surprised by it. It actually worked pretty well.
Yeah.
There's others that I've put in my beard, and I instantly got back in the shower to get it out.
Yeah. Well,
I ooh,
the thing about some of those cheaper oils is that, in a way, like I'm not really blaming anyone, but I think in a way, it's our fault because if we go and we always buy the cheapest products, then they're going to be encouraged to keep putting out what they're putting out, and they're not going to improve their quality because if something works, why would you change it?
well,
If people buy
capitalism
it,
at its
why would
best.
you change the formula?
Capitalism at its best, right there.
Yeah.
So here's the other challenge that I throw out, bro. I do say this a lot, and it does go with mental health. Here we go. Yeah, like I said, he's a good dude. I've known him for years. If I thought he was a shithead, wouldn't have been talking to him for that long. I just wouldn't. But I do throw this challenge out there. And like I was saying, how we've forgotten how to interact. Okay. I asked people, get off your ass at some point this week and call 3 people. Just 3. I mean, I'm not talking to guys that you go to like Buffalo Wild Wings with all the time, or, you're going to a strip club knowing you. But still, call people, ask how they're doing, and have the courage to listen. Because that's so important, I know you've experienced this when you're trying to impart some knowledge to someone and they're like, yeah, but, just listen.
Yeah, that whole yeah, but thing, I have to say I'm not perfect, so I have my shortcomings with that just as much as anyone. And if anyone says they don't do that, well, I would probably guess they're lying because last time I checked, the only man that was perfect in the history of the world was Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right.
We're all, in a way, like we're all sinners in our own ways. The only thing we can do is just try to be a better person than we were yesterday. I mean, we've all done stupid things. Like
This
maybe
is
you've had a run in with the law, maybe you're a former felon or something, but you can still make good on the time you have left. There's no reason to doubt yourself or think you can't do anything because I'd imagine that there's probably some people that spent a lot of time in prison, 10 years or more, and then they've turned it around and become some of the most successful, hardworking people on the planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. But all right. So this is the point because we're going to hit that wrap up here in a moment where I turn it over to you and I go, what do you have coming up that you might want to let people know about?
What do I have coming up?
Yeah. You got like any videos you're working on? Any more
Yeah,
trips you're doing?
so recently Olight had their 15th anniversary sale. I'm sure you've heard of it. They had a lot of
Of
nice
course.
precious
Yeah.
metal lights. Did you get anything from that sale, by the way?
Nope. I've been good. I've been watching every penny so far.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm putting myself in timeout because if you knew what I have to review still, I'm good for the next 8 months.
Well, I haven't quite been as good as you, but I put myself on a self-inflicted probation, so I'm probably just gonna stay off the Olight site for a while because I got a lot of good stuff coming in from the sale. Like I might make a video about that Warrior S3 in gunmetal gray. There's only 5,000 of them out there, and they sold out before the sale even ended.
I don't doubt it. I really don't doubt
They
it. Oh, it makes a
also
great light.
they had the Open Pro brass bark. I can't wait to review that. I'm not much of a pen collector, but when I saw a pen that looked that cool, and it's got 3 functions. You can write with it. There's like a pen light on the cap, and then on the very top there's a green laser. There's multiple things you can do with it. And then, of course, being in Michigan, being how copper is so prevalent, I had to get my hands on the Warrior Mini 2.
Yes.
And then after I said I was done spending money, someone had to post about a 30% off coupon to Longhorn Tactical's website. So I went and picked up the Lava Camo S2R baton.
Nice.
So, yeah, I got a lot of good stuff to go and talk about on my YouTube channel. And I actually think that because I have the top spy axe, I may actually go and try to do something full Viking for that video. I might look for a local face makeup artist. I might have her like give me some kind of like intricate like Viking design, like maybe like the back around the eyes and like the. If you look it up on Google, you know what I mean. But I just like to maybe do something a little more Norse for that video. Just go all in.
Do it up, man. Seriously, do it up. Now, I know this is going to come as a shock to a lot of you. In light of recent events that have happened, I am taking this week off. I'm not going to release another video this week. My next video will be Monday. I will be on the commission this Thursday over on Jersey Joe's channel. I am not going to miss that. But other than that, I'm not releasing a video. I'm going to take this week and I'm going to enjoy me. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about, oh my God, do I have the tags right? Do I have this video right? Is this going to be okay? If I film this, is this going to piss this person off? I'm taking a week for Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, and you should. That ties back into your mental health. I would imagine that you're probably going to go and take your kids, Monkey, I believe. I've heard you say he's a wild one. You might go and take him out into the wilderness, maybe teach him a few things, because I'm sure you've got a lot of nice knowledge in there that you can pass on to a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, I've got
probably a lot of stuff that you could even teach me that I don't know.
I've got some great stuff planned with Monkey. I believe you can find him on, I think it's Charlie Arnold for some reason. What's your YouTube channel name, bro?
Yeah, it's Charlie Arnold. I think I can go and get the link for my YouTube channel, and then I can go and send it to Chris, and he can distribute it to you.
Yeah, I'll make sure when he gets it to me, I'll make sure to post it in the description.
Another thing I might do on my own channel is I might revisit the topic about the sexual assault that I've experienced. I might go and put out a standalone video about that in the future when I'm ready to. I guess I just gotta settle my nerves and like think about what I really want the video's message to convey. Because I want people to. Sorry, I guess I want people to learn that not everyone out there is your friend. There are people that have good intentions for you, and there's also people that want to use you. There are people that don't respect you, and there are people that do. So I guess I would say use your best judgment, and if you find yourself in a bad situation, for example, just don't be afraid to send a friend a text or call somebody and like say you're ordering a pizza, or like send a secret message. Or I've heard of like one restaurant that has this certain program where if you can ask for like an angel shot.
Yeah, depending on how you order it is depending the level of escalation. Yeah.
They'll like walk you to your car, or they'll call the police or something like that. And I guess another thing I would encourage people to look into is like if you're worried about being in a bar and maybe having one of your drinks roofied, I have heard that there's like a certain nail polish you can get where if you like dip your finger into the drink, the nail polish will turn a certain color. And if it turns that color, not to drink it because there's probably something in there like roofies or GHD or some other kind of bad cocktail.
Yeah, four college kids invented that. I think, matter of fact, for some reason, I think they were out of Michigan. Don't quote me, but that's the first state that pops to mind.
Yeah.
All right, man. Charlie, I want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight on the No Lag Zone. It was a pleasure to have you here. It was awesome for you to break the ice and talk about your story.
Yeah, I
I am
thought I was going to be a lot
serious.
more nervous going into this, but once I really got into it, I realized what do I really have to stress about? And that's a
Good.
challenge I'm going to have going forward in YouTube is trying to continuously improve these videos and then try to become more natural. Someone like Chris, I know I got a long way to go,
It just
but
takes practice,
eventually,
bro.
if I keep doing it, I'll get there.
Yeah, you got this. But guys, we're gonna hit that little outro. Charlie, don't go anywhere. Stay in the green room. We got to do the usual after action report. Okay.
Okay.
So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Like I said, I will not be releasing a video this week. My next one will be Monday. I will see all of you over on Jersey Joe's channel this coming Thursday for the commission.
And all of you have a great day and make sure you take the time to do something kind for yourself because your mental health is very important.
Awesome, bro. Here we go with that outro. Guys, thank you so much for watching what just happened on the show. I'm kind of pre-recording this one, so I'm not exactly sure what happened tonight, but I'm sure it was really fun, or it was a massive train wreck. I'm grateful for the time that you gave me tonight, and I hope you took something away from this. I hope we had an amazing guest that taught you something or made you laugh, or I don't know, I hope I didn't really step on myself too badly. And you guys are going to come back next week at the same bat time, same bat channel, for the No Lag Zone. Guys, seriously, thank you for doing all that. And this is where I pause for a moment or two and let the little screen do its little numbers, little screen do its thing.